Welcome back, guys. This is the third segment of MyChamberTV, and we are representing the Greater Pasco Chamber of Commerce. I'm one of your hosts. I'm sort of the co-host. I'm Paul Friedlander, and with me is the lovely and marvelous Miss Barbara Marville Kelly, who makes us look good every time we do this show, so thank you. We've got a really special guest on today. This is a guy that's a buddy. His significant other is a very, very close friend, Becky Bennett. So Adolfo Alvarez. Adolfo has a company called Beta Bay Cleaning Solutions, and we were just talking before the show started. You've got quite a long experience in this industry. Talk to us about your backstory a little bit, what you were telling us.
Yes, well, first of all, thank you, Barbara and Paul, for inviting me over. And yes, I started working with my uncle. He had a carpet cleaning when I was in high school. Then when I moved over to Florida, I worked for a janitorial company, just janitorial cleaning, and then I kept moving my way up to supervisor, floor tech, and then I started as an area manager for in 2000, managing employees, and we cleaned all the major high-rises in downtown Tampa. That's what I learned.
You learned a lot doing that.
Yeah, and then after, in 2004, I moved to another company, and then I learned how to clean retail, like stores, and it was a little different than high-rises.
And you were in charge of what, 3 states?
Yeah, that's for the third company I worked for. I was an account manager for the AAA locations. They had 97 locations between Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida.
Nice.
And I was in charge of all the cleaning and the maintenance. And you know, when you have to clean, you know, millions of square feet every night, there's a lot of trash cans, a lot of, you know, bathroom a lot of
yeah.
And it can be a little challenging, but that's where my experience comes from.
And you started Beta Bay, your own business, when?
Well, almost 2 years ago. And I've been doing side jobs on the weekends and for the longest.
Right.
And then the company I was working for, they did some restructuring.
Okay.
And so I started, you know, I updated my resume and sent it to all these search engines like ZipRecruiter and Indeed.
Yeah.
But then I realized I was making more money on my side jobs than my actual paycheck was. So I said, well, let me go with this, and I decided to open the company. And
what type of services? It's Beta Bay Cleaning Solutions, and I know we've talked about janitorial and stuff like that. But what kind of services do you provide, and at what level? To small businesses, large businesses, what?
Well, for the large businesses, I can't really do those yet because I don't have the financial backup just yet.
Right.
But we do anywhere from, you know, like mainly janitorial services. Like we do banks, we do car dealerships, we do also a lot of commercial shopping plaza and shopping center, like pressure washing on the sidewalks and.
Oh boy! And, well, you're doing some serious cleaning here.
Yeah, we do like marble polishing, cleaning, window cleaning, pretty much, you know, anything that.
Now, have you stayed away at this point? You're doing pretty much commercial. Do you do anything on the residential side at all?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So originally we started commercial, but I had to diversify because you know, it was slow. You're starting and
sure.
And then, so we do quite a bit for residential, mainly pressure washing, and no, we don't do cleaning for residential.
Right.
The cleaning is only for commercial.
Right, but you would come in and say somebody that's got tile throughout their house, you can do grout cleaning and things like that.
Yeah, grout cleaning, carpet cleaning.
In other words, you're not coming in and dusting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it's not a maid service, but what it does is you can come in and work on somebody's carpets, their grout, their tile, and get that all cleaned up.
Larger jobs at residential.
Yes.
Okay.
And,
What about windows?
Yeah, we clean windows too.
Residential?
Yes.
That would be me.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful. Very, very
And then
diversified.
you've had to, like you said, you've adjusted a few times from coming from big corporate to now owning your own business, which is awesome, to having to sort of take a look at whether I just do commercial or do I do residential. But talk to me about what opportunities COVID has presented to you.
Well, when
I like the way you ask him that question.
well, at the beginning, when the first started the pandemic, I was a little concerned. Oh, so my business is going to go now. What I'm going to do? And that's when we started kind of diversifying and started the residential side of it. And it seems like it was working well. I mean, like, I guess people didn't have the money for vacation, but they couldn't go on vacation. Let's do something in the house now. Then.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And also, we do some the COVID-19 disinfecting. I work for different major companies.
As a subcontractor to,
yeah,
gotcha.
Oh, good. Okay.
We are like a service partner to them,
Yep.
and we've done disinfecting for a lot of distribution centers, furniture stores. And,
Gotcha. Anybody, because they have to, like, if somebody reports being sick with it, then they've got to go in and clean the business.
Yes, they had to report it to OSHA, and then they had to, within 24 hours, get someone to clean and disinfect.
A lot of changes with all of this. Of course, it sounds like your business is still pushing through it all, which is really great. I have a question for you on these businesses and how. I just don't know because I'm not going. I mean, we're in a small contained studio here, and I know they clean this up and keep it really pristine. But for the larger companies, is there a protocol out there as code or something where you have to go in like once every few days? Is it every day or every week? How do you do that?
Well, usually for a larger facility, they give us a scope of work, which they already tell us, what frequencies they want us to do for the, the vacuuming the carpet, for cleaning the windows, for dusting, but we can also tailor one a scope of work for them, and with the suggestion of depending on the how many people work in that building, and
have some of them increase the frequency due to, like I said, with the opportunity that this has presented itself to make sure that they're keeping themselves and their employees.
Yes. A lot of the things we, like for example, we do a touch point cleaning. A lot of the same cleaner is going to go to, sweep and mop the floor, vacuum the carpet, clean the bathroom, the kitchen, and then they used to clean it anyway with like glass cleaner or something like that. But now instead of glass cleaner, they will use a EPA registered disinfectant.
Okay, that's what I was getting at.
To kill the coronavirus.
Gotcha.
Okay,
gotcha.
very good.
That's awesome. And so again, that's an opportunity that you guys have been able to, I don't want to say take advantage of, but that's actually helped you with your business and helped you move your business forward because you're providing a service that becomes now even more important.
Yes.
In terms of the cleaning. And then do you guys, do you and your crew have to follow certain protocols too when you go in?
Oh yes, we have to. They have to have we give them the training,
right?
And they also have to have wear the PPE, which is glove, mask, face shield. We even have like booties. That we put
I was going to ask you about that. I was just thinking of that too.
House that we go to.
And then do you guys? And then I'm assuming a lot of your work is done in the wee hours of the night when everybody's at home resting, and the businesses are closed or not.
Yeah, for the
banks,
commercial and banks, and it is because we have to do after hours after everybody leave. And then during the day, then we do the residential. And we are also doing. I work with few realtors that they. We first, when they have like a property that somebody moved out, they want to get it ready for the next person to move in. go ahead and clean, but then also they need to do some small punch out item like fix a
Right.
drywall,
Right.
Oh, okay. So you
Right.
guys have so you guys can do some of those small handyman punch out type of items.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's good.
we've been doing that for a lot because they'd rather to have just one person, one point of contact. Hey, I need to have this house ready, so we may have to replace a fan or cabinet doors or.
That's awesome. I'm glad we got to
really
that point
good.
because
Yeah.
you're right. And at this point too, the less traffic in the house, the better.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
as well.
You know, you can have one person or two people come in and do everything for you, as opposed to boom and boom and boom and boom and
I
have
know.
somebody come in and do the electric and some. So that's really good. So you guys do work punch out items then.
Yeah. And
So
I have,
you're so beneficial to realtors.
Well, one
no
of
kidding.
my employees is a plumber.
Oh,
Like a licensed plumber.
Licensed plumber,
he
there you
knows
go.
A lot of, they know a little bit of everything, even from electrical, from
Sure.
fixing appliances,
Sure.
and and then we have another employee that he worked in construction for many years, so he knows how to do a lot of the stuff. And we have a customer that we clean their business. It's called Whiskey North in Tampa.
yes.
And then we also have done some repairs on the like fixing doors, and there was a hole on the floor. We fixed the hole on the floor. Now he had like a fish tank on the VIP area, and then
Right.
they haven't been used in a while. So clean it, get it going, put a fish in it, and then
Oh, that's nice. So
stuff
you
that we
guys
don't
really,
know.
that is awesome that you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we got to this point in the conversation because that's a really big. That makes it so well rounded.
Yeah, it
And
does.
You got a licensed plumber, you've got a guy that's been a contractor before, so you've got a nice, well rounded. So they're not just handyman; they're handyman with skills.
yes.
That's really great. And you know what? You may not have known that unless you were watching My Chamber TV,
That's right.
to where we can interview Adolfo and give you all these different skill sets that you have in your business. I mean, I'm taking notes here myself to refer people to you.
Yes, and we've been staying steadily busy, and
That's
this
awesome.
year, the first year was a little, we had like 1 month that we did great, and then we have like 2 that we didn't, and but now we're reaching a kind of like a minimum every month.
That's awesome.
That's so
and hopefully
great.
go from there, and then we keep growing and keep.
And guys,
helping
if you're
You will.
if you're watching this again, with Chambers, whether it's the Greater Pasco or Tarpon Springs is on these once a week too.
Yep.
It's all about the small businesses in your community. You can help all types of businesses, but when you have a guy like this that can, again, not only can he come in and sanitize your house if you need it, or your business, even more importantly, do your floors or do your pressure washing. But here's a guy that can come in and take off some of those punch items, as they call it. When you buy a new house, there's a punch list, and that's like he said, your kid opened his door too hard and you got a hole in the drywall, or
Yeah.
you've got a leak under your sink. He's got somebody that works for him that's not only a handyman but an actual licensed plumber.
That's
and our
really
time is up,
great.
and I appreciate it,
I
man.
know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adolfo.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
We'll be
it.
right back.